Polyvocality is about multiple voices, and it's a term which Paul Castagno has sort of reinvented from in order to sort of describe what's going on in the writing of theater in the last 30-40 years, where writers start to experiment and go away from the classical Aristotelic way of creating plot, characters and story, and where they just sort of open to different strategies and different voices within creation that sort of are in a in dialogue sort of form with each other. So where different elements have equal importance and sort of own will to bring forward the creation. And of course, when you sort of read the book about Castagno, when you sort of think from the idea of all these multiple voices coexisting in an artwork, then you can sort of expand this and try to use this terminology to sort of read and understand art around us and the way it has developed in the last 30 years, also with the use of social media and a new technology that has been so important. But so it's basically, in a way, sort of answer to what Lehmann describes with post-dramatic theater. It's a sort of there are now classical hierarchies and structures within an artwork have been sort of teared apart, and there is sort of more relativistic approach to art where different voices try to find a way to be in dialogue and coexist and take care of their own will, where paradoxes are part of art, where art doesn't have to sort of convey an overall meaning. When we talk about acting, we can also say that try to read acting development and the new strategies in acting which have become more variegated in the last 30 years, and an actor which is more elastic, flexible, which is more sort of create from very different voices inside herself, so that there is a sort of polyvocality also within acting, within the way the actor creates, and not anymore a sort of tendency to just be an actor that has a technique, an approach, and a way of creating a stage, but being a persona that is performative and sort of can reach different voices within herself in order to create in the moment on stage. So I think polyvocality is a way of understanding, reading, talking about the relativistic approaches and perspectives that have dominated art in the last 30 years, from playwriting to directing to stage art to acting. As an actor, I can create from a very personal point of view. For me, as a private person on stage, I can create from my competence as actor, the background I have, the training I've done, and the skills I have, maybe a very good voice or singing or rhythm, or each actor has their own artistic self, which is made of also the sum of their competence. So there are different aspects, different voices which are within me while I'm there on stage, and which can sort of be in a dialogue, and co-create while I'm acting. Me as an audience, I have the possibility to see how this person is making their choices on stage. So I can focus to see an actor and see, okay, this actor must have been trained in a very physical way or in a very Stanislavski-based way, or I can see the competence behind the actor, and I can see how this competence influenced the making of the performance the actor is doing. Or I can see the private person on stage. I can see the way the private person is relating to the fact that is in a social context, performative social context, and I can see if the person is at ease with his job, if the person is worried, if the person is stressed, if the person is losing control. I can sort of focus on seeing all these aspects, or I can see the role or the figure or the character, the fictive thing which is created as the consequences of the choices. So I as an audience, I'm relating to the performer in a polyvocal way. I can sort of I can decide what I want to watch and how which elements become important to me, and I can also deconstruct at any time and see how the performer is creating her performance.